and gentlemen, and welcome to another action-packed episode of the Mayor of Superstars. I am your host, Brent Piles, and here today with me, I have got some Mayor Slam with me. I said that one right, unlike last week. Some Mayor Slam. How you doing?
The mayor, the legend of SummerSlam and WrestleMania, and I don't know how I'll make it for Survivor Series or the Royal Rumble, but we'll have to work on that in the future.
I'm sure you'll come up with something, yeah.
But I'm doing great.
It's good to hear. And also, we've got our friend and cohort, Mr. Glenn Abbott, with us. Glenn, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. I haven't got any strange names.
Well, not yet, anyway.
No, you're the giant Glenzales.
Yeah. We just came up with that one, as a matter of fact. We did.
I have nothing else in common with you.
What? My nickname tonight for Rachel was fucking annoying because I was driving her crazy.
Well, at least you probably did get stared at angrily. That happened to me several times tonight.
No, she mostly doesn't acknowledge me. She just ignores me. She knows the best way to deal with me is just pretend like he's not there, because if you sell it, then he's just gonna keep going.
The anti-Roman Reigns.
There.
Don't acknowledge me.
Yeah.
Acknowledge me.
That's exactly how it went. Yeah, exactly. So apparently I have heard from the internet that we have got a NXT variety premium live event on Sunday, I believe it is, and it is called the Great American Bash. You guys watch NXT, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, didn't make it up. That's good. There's 7
Very
matches
true.
on this thing.
7. I think I know of like 2, and I even watch NXT every week.
Well, you're doing better than me. The only thing I knew that Ilya versus Hayes was on here. I knew that Tiffany Stratton was on here somewhere because you mentioned Tiffany Stratton when I said that we were going to be making picks. So yeah, 7 whole matches on this thing.
And of course, the North American title.
Oh, Dominic.
That can never ever be defended by any champion against only one opposition is a triple threat match.
Yeah, I think I was gonna say I think that was just added. But what the fuck do I know?
Is it from a competitor from each of the major North American countries, though? Is there a Canadian, an American, and a Mexican in it?
I don't know where Mustafa Ali
is from Chicago.
He's from Chicago.
And I'm pretty sure Wesley is not Canadian.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go with it that he is.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, I don't want to be glad to be the research department here, but he is from Dayton, Ohio. So
no way. Wow, he's only a few hours away from me.
He is not. That is far from. Actually, you guys aren't that far from Canada, are you?
No, you can get there in about 4.5 hours.
I like to say Canada. That's my Nebraska accent.
And I believe Dom is from San Diego, which basically is touching Mexico. So we'll let that one.
I mean, he was originally from Mexico. Someone was. So, I mean, whatever works. The mayor's going to SummerSlam next week, and I told you guys that I would look and see. So far, we got 8 matches announced for the SummerSlam card. I can tell you right now, I've got it highlighted which one the mayor is most excited to see, and that's got to be Ronda Rousey taking on Shayna Baszler.
Oh God, I know when I'm gonna go look for collectibles.
Yeah,
get a thing of nachos, take a leak, and go see if I can find some autograph merchandise that I want.
While we're talking about SummerSlam, just very quick, I mentioned earlier on that it must have been the Samoans that invented wrestling, because they're having this tribal whatever it is, battle or war or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Now, you would assume that this is an old tradition from back in the day. The elders, get involved in everything. So there's no rules, basically, except you can only win by submission or pinfall in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So a standard match.
That's a standard match. It's a standard no
DQ match, really.
No DQ match.
What you described it as seems like something that should be done in like a pit, like
Yes.
with fire around it. I feel like.
Something like that.
Yeah,
At least
like that classic match. I forget who it was, but I think it was Inoki and someone on an island that lasted like an hour and a half.
Oh, I don't remember that one, but
Yeah, there's video footage of it somewhere. You'll fall asleep during it like I did. It's literally an hour and a half of like bad camera footage of Antonio Inoki fighting someone on an island.
yikes.
they should be suspended across a bridge across an active volcano.
Ooh.
I mean, yeah, I'd be way to go. That'd be a hell of a cinematic match.
It'd be like a scaffolding match with PN News.
Oh God, yes.
But with Roman Reigns and main event Jey Uso.
I think it would be a little bit better than PN News on a scaffold, perhaps. I mean, just a tad.
Possibly. I mean, Steve Austin was in that same match, so we had possibly the most over guy in professional wrestling history. And
don't you worry, any scaffold match that featured PN News will be covered on this show at some point. Absolutely, it will.
Definitely.
You can fucking put a pin in that one. It's happening.
Positively, no doubt news that it will be on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Glenn messaged us after what he was talking about and said, "It's good to know that Samoans invented wrestling." And I said, "Are you going to tell them they didn't?"
I said, no, I'm not that brave.
I saw a TikTok video, and this guy was like, it was an African American guy, and he was like, "I don't understand why African American people think that they can win a fight just because they're African American." And then another dude comes on, and he's like, "I know that's not true because I know I'm not willing to fight no Samoans, and they are people." I said the truth have never been more told than that right there. I ain't fighting no fucking Samoans. Fuck that.
Man, woman, don't matter.
No. Child, none of them.
The women, if anything, are more dangerous than the men.
It's like when you see pictures of Rocky in middle school. He's like 13, and he looks like he could have been one of the teachers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Nia Jax's the most dangerous out of all of them. She will fuck you up. You ever seen her wrestle?
Yeah, yeah, that's when she's working.
Even Jay's channeling his inner Samoan tonight, because Grayson Waller made the fatal mistake of trying to headbutt him. He sold it.
Come on, Grayson, you got to know better than that. Anyway, so let's get into this. So there is a 8-person, not an 8-man or 8-woman, an 8-person tag team match in the opening. It's in the pre-show. We got Dragon Lee, Nathan Frazier, Yulissa Leon. Is that how you say her name?
Yep. And Valentina Ferraro.
I can say her name perfectly.
The little Mexican or Brazilian ones that used to come out dancing.
Oh, I'm very well aware of Valentina Flores. I mean, look at her, Glenn. She's right up my alley. They're taking on the Metaphor. Is that what they're? Yeah, the Metaphor. I got that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's what they were called because I haven't been watching NXT, but I like that. That's clever.
It's a Metaphor.
Dar Oro Mensa, Jacana Jackson. Is that how you say it?
Jakara, I think.
Jakara. Okay.
Jakara.
I've not been watching this, so some of these people I don't know. And then Lash Legend, who I'm very, very familiar with. I'm gonna make the mayor pick first. Good luck.
I am going with Valentina Feroz, and the other 3.
So, I mean, I like Nathan Frazier and Dragon Lee, but you're looking at this match the same way I am, then, huh?
Actually, I couldn't remember if it was when you said that. You said Valentina Feroz, and for some reason, I thought that she was with, why can't I think of his name? Tony D and Stax or something this week.
So I think you got her confused with that girl who's wrestled in AEW a couple times. Because she was in that segment with Tony D'Angelo and Stax. I don't know what her name is, but she wrestles under like some Italian gimmick, and I'm pretty sure
that's who I'm thinking of because she's caught my eye. But
yeah.
You're going to be the face.
So Valentina Feroz. I'm still sticking with my picks because I like Nathan Frazier. I haven't seen too much of Dragon Lee. I've watched him in AEW, but I'm not. I mean AEW in NXT, but I'm not too much familiar with his work other than that.
Yeah. So I saw him a little. I watched a little bit of him. He was in New Japan when I used to watch New Japan a few years ago, and then Ring of Honor too. A good high flyer. He's actually what I did. I saw a clip of a whole thing between Metaphor and Dragon Lee and Nathan Frazier, and like Dragon Lee can cut a pretty good promo too. Like he can talk decently, and he cuts a really good promo. So I think he's got a pretty good future. But there is no possible way on this God's green earth mare that I could ever pick against Noam Dar. So I'm taking Metaphor all day. And what about you?
Wait, is this for the Heritage Cup ownership?
No, it isn't.
Oh, okay.
I have a theory.
Okay, I didn't know if it was for that as well.
But not an Austin theory.
Not an Austin theory, no. I am also going Metaphor because on this week's NXT, after a couple of weeks of being in a wheelchair and being totally out of it, Noam Dar made a miraculous recovery.
They gave him his cutback. That's why.
Well, yeah, they gave him a fake one.
No, Glenn, the other one's the fake one. What's wrong with you?
Okay, all right, the other one's a fake one.
Thank you.
Either way, I think the Metaphor are going to win it. Noam Dar is going to pin Nathan Fraser and then basically insist on a Heritage Cup match.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I like that storyline better.
Get a little bit of a unification bout. That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, Shawn Michaels had a fake belt too, so whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Next one we're going to go with, I believe this is a debut match. Gable Stevenson is going to make his debut against one Baron Corbin. I can't see them having Stevenson lose his very first match, so I'm going to go with him. Good luck to Baron Corbin because that guy's a monster and literally an Olympic wrestler, so good luck. Glenn, what do you think?
Exactly the same. They brought him in. They made this big fanfare of he was going to announce when his first match was going to be, and of course, it's at the Great American Bash against Baron Corbin. So poor Baron Corbin is going to. I would think this would be a squash match.
You would think, but who knows? Who knows? What about you?
I mean, you have an Olympic gold medalist coming in for his first match. You would think he shouldn't lose, right? Like, You're going to push this guy to at least you're going to try to get something out of this guy. You might be trying to squeeze a diamond out of charcoal with him. But if you think back, who retired the only other gold medalist Hall of Famer in wrestling? Baron Corbin retired Kurt Angle. Is there a chance that he retires in one single match Gable Steveson and he only has a one match contract? And then he could go on to say, I've retired 2 gold medalists in my career and start building back Baron Corbin into something special. Is there that possibility? Maybe, but I don't think so. Anyway, so my pick is Gable Steveson. I just wanted to kind of at least build up a possibility because that was running through my mind. I'm like, why aren't they bringing up the fact that he retired Kurt Angle? He had the last match with Kurt Angle, the only other gold medalist in WWF history.
They really should. They really should have played that up. At least he should at least said it once. I've already beaten the Olympic gold medalist. I can do it again.
Come on, Shawn Michaels. You got to think of this stuff. Jesus, man. I'm not even getting paid for this.
He's still mad about that sexy Kurt thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, the next one, we got a gimmick match here. It is a Weapons Wild match. It is Roxanne Perez taking on Blair Davenport. Glenn, it is your turn to go first. Who are you taking? I assume these two have some sort of big storyline happening right now.
They have, yeah. Blair Davenport's been beating Roxanne. It turned out that she attacked a couple of months ago in the car park.
God!
You know, with this spate of the NXT car park is the most dangerous place on the planet.
Yeah.
Where it's Blair Davenport going around attacking everybody.
Well, duh.
And Real quick, isn't the word Davenport mean something like a garage in England?
Now it's a lump of furniture.
A lump of furniture. Okay. I knew it had some meaning elsewhere, and I didn't know exactly what it was.
Big chest of drawers at Davenport.
Okay. Never mind. I thought I was going to go somewhere with the garage deal, but I guess not.
Oh my God, the way he said big chest of drawers Davenport, that sounds like a new gimmick.
Big chest and drawers everywhere. I feel like that's already Tiffany Stratton's gimmick. Don't infringe on her.
Oh, goddamn, pal. Yes.
Anyway, I'll go with Blair Davenport.
Oh, good Lord. I'm so glad we have a British guy on this show. That's amazing. Mayor, what are you going Davenport? Or you taking Roxanne Perez?
I'm actually just going to go Roxanne Perez because I think I don't want to. You already know who I'm picking for the NXT Women's Championship match. So I feel like Tiffany Stratton's next opponent's going to be built up, and that probably will be Roxanne Perez again. And so I think that Roxanne Perez wins here and moves on to the main event picture with Tiffany Stratton. Just my idea. I don't know. No idea.
I don't watch it enough, so it's like I don't really see who else could challenge Stratton because she's a heel. And so I really don't think that they want to put her up against Davenport, who's also a heel. And I don't know. You guys would know better than me. Like, who else on the NXT roster do you think besides Roxanne Perez could face her, Glenn? What do you think? Anybody? After Thea Hale, of course.
Yeah.
Unless they're going to do something with Gigi or turn JC Jane face, but I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
Yeah.
And Sol Ruka is still an injury from what I know.
Yeah, she's
still putting that ACL back together, but she's a freak, so who knows? She might be running cross country right now.
Lyra Valkyria is still kicking around.
Oh, yeah. She just faced Rhea Ripley, too, didn't she?
Yeah.
So, we don't know. There's a lot out there. NXT is really loaded in the women's division.
That's true. I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched it in months. I love Roxanne Perez, and so I'm going to take Roxanne Perez just for that simple fact. That's the only reason. I have no other logic for it. Just that's the only reason. The next one is the tag team championship match. We have got the family, which is Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo, taking on Gallus, which is Mark Coffey and Wolfgang. They will have Joe Kofi with him, who's apparently a motherfucking snitch. Glenn didn't tell me till earlier, but I know Joe Kofi was a snitch. Hey, Mayor, you're Italian, aren't you?
No. There's zero Italian in my family.
I know. No. Usually Italian people settle things in wrestling rings, right? That's how we do it.
You would think so.
Hey, we'll meet you in the fucking wrestling ring. Hey.
Or the bocce ball courts.
The bocce ball. That's a fucking old man's game. Who's supposed to go first? Is it
Hey.
Okay, Glenn. Who you taking?
Well, I'm not going to vote. I'm not going to go against Gallus.
Fair.
The Gallus boys on top.
That's right.
And you got a Christmas card from him, Glenn.
You did. And
birthday.
Well, for your birthday, but it's a Christmas card.
Whatever.
Is it my pick?
Yeah, it's you.
And I'm just going to be all over the board. I'm only picking Tony D and Stacks. Is that his name? I always get him mixed up with Two Dimes or something, whatever the other.
Well, he's sleeping with the fishes. Hey.
Okay. Well, Stacks and Tony D and that tall Italian girl is the only reason I'm picking them for the night. I don't know her name, but
it's like Valentina something.
Valentina.
I don't know. I don't think that's the real name.
We said Valentina was the other girl.
That is the other girl's name. Her name is Valentina too.
Oh, okay. Well, shoot.
I think I might be wrong. I don't know.
Happy Valentina's Day.
Okay. I'm Glenn. I'm like Glenn. I'm an NXT UK homer, so I'm taking Gallus too. I mean, I can't pick against him. And besides, I don't even like these fucking fake monsters. This is bullshit. You can tell me they're baby faces. I ain't rooting for them. I don't like it. No. Then we got the triple threat match. It's Dirty Dominic Mysterio taking on I've never wrestled in a one-on-one match in my entire life, Wes Lee. And they are also got Mustafa Ali. I think it's the mayor's turn to pick first. Mayor, what do you do?
I don't want to pick against Dirty Dom here because he's been fantastic in NXT. He's been on every single show, and the ratings for NXT keep growing with him on the show and being on the show along with Rhea. So I don't know if they're gonna want him not being there. But I also think that this was Wesley's title and he was doing really good stuff with it. And I like Wesley's work. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Wesley. I think he'll win here just because I don't think you want Dominic being down there for too long.
Yeah, I don't think you want to occupy Rhea Ripley on that show all the time. You know what I mean? And like Rhea Ripley and Dom are kind of a package deal. You got to have one with the other. So I don't think Dom's going to stick around too long either. I'd like to see Mustafa Ali win just because I think he could probably do something with the NXT North American Championship. I'm going to go with what the mayor said, and I'm going to pick Wesley too. He can venture off down the road to do more 5 ways, 6 ways, 7 ways, 8 ways, 9 ways, 10 ways. Who knows? All the ways. What about you, Glenn? You going clean sweep?
I'm making it a clean sweep on it because it doesn't. As Mayor said, it's been a not good ride for them, but they need Judgment Day back on the main roster, not concentrating on NXT. So,
agreed. I saw a great thing with Dominic, and they were like, they had him. I think it was like an internet show or something. They had Twitter people asking him questions, and they ever said, "Are you going to reconcile with your dad?" And so he kind of goes into this whole thing, but like, it makes me sad, and sometimes I can't sleep at night, but he's not here anymore, so R.I.P. to Eddie. I just thought that was so good. That was so good.
Oh no,
Dominic is doing really good work.
I thought that was so fucking good. Here comes a match that's going to be easy for everybody to pick. As I said, I wouldn't pick Thea Hale to win this match if one of Tiffany Stratton's boob pops. I'm taking Tiffany Stratton. Mayor, who are you taking?
I'm taking Tiffany Stratton. I'll keep it quick.
Glenn?
Yeah, Tiff on top.
I'm sure Martel Bartel will tell you that's a nice way to go. Anyway.
Tiffy Tuesdays.
And Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and Saturday. Anyway, so the main event is Carmelo Hayes with Trick Williams taking on the human highlight reel of wrestling, the bout machine, the best to do it between the ropes when the bell fucking rings, Ilya Dragunov. Glenn, we're gonna let you pick first.
Umbaziba.
I had a feeling that you were going to pick him, Glenn. I didn't think you were going to go with Carmelo Hayes. Glenn, I'm sorry.
That's it.
I meant to say Mayor, but for some reason I said Glenn, which aren't even close together. So, Mayor, who are you picking?
I'm going with Glenn. I said this week that I think Ilya is possibly my favorite thing in wrestling right now, and the work that he does in between the ropes and his promo skills have gotten incredibly better than I first remember when he first started in NXT. Now, I didn't get to see a whole lot of his stuff in NXT UK, but the work that he's been doing recently with Trick Williams and Mello has just been great.
I think you could put that down to early nerves.
When he first got there.
And
yeah, but now he's got that turtleneck on and he's ready to go.
Cutting the sort of promos that he used to cut on NXT UK.
Yeah, he's really in his groove. And he used a line from Rocky IV this week. So if anyone knows me, you can win me over the Rocky IV line immediately. So
if you think that he fought Walter twice, and he carried both of those feuds in promos and the build-ups because Walter don't do that sort of thing.
So they did like a press conference sort of thing before their match on what it was like a NXT takeover that was after SummerSlam. And they actually had like press people asking questions, and he did this back and forth thing with Walter, and it was probably one of the best promos that I've ever seen, because he went from like one level and then he like flipped the switch and then he turned into like a totally different person. And he does that a lot in his promos in NXT UK. And he's like one of those people who can really draw you in, and he doesn't have to yell or scream to get you to listen to him. He's like Jake Roberts. He can talk soft and he can talk in a low voice, and you're going to hear every fucking word he says.
And he has that thing that he can go very red very quickly, and all the veins in his neck bulge.
Yeah.
But he's not. You can see the rage without him actually ranting.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to bring up the man that we don't name on this show, but he reminds me so much, Benoit, of Benoit in the ring, where everything he does looks impactful, and it looks like he's in a fight. And that was one of the best compliments I could ever give to a professional wrestler, is that, hey, they actually make it look like a legitimate fight. And he does that better than probably anyone in professional wrestling.
Hold on, you'd rather have that than a dance?
Oh, Jesus, no.
Sorry, I had to.
He probably can dance, though, so I don't know.
You goddamn sons of bitches.
He still made... This is the thing about him. He had a no-holds-barred match with Jordan Devlin. Jordan Devlin got hold of some cable ties and cable tied his hands behind his back, and he still managed to beat him and make it look convincing.
Well, when you use your head as a weapon, you don't need your arms, I guess. I was going to pick Ilya, of course, but then, because I didn't think both of you guys would pick, I figured Glenn would. We're going to go clean sleep. Well, I don't give a fuck. Ilya Dragunov until the end of time. He's going to beat Carmelo Hayes. Move Carmelo and Trick up to the main roster. Take them with the Street Profits. Put them together with Bobby Lashley. And let's bring MVP in and maybe even Omos. And let's create a fucking super faction. Let's create the new Hurt Business. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a couple, maybe like one guy in at a time, kind of like how the NWO slowly build it up and have that slow build.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we've got someone else for you next week, kind of deal.
I think that'd be great. I think that would be great. Well, folks, that does it for our preview, and now it's time for WrestleMania 9. I didn't even plan that. I just fucking made that.